The time has come to see the Odyssey. And Christopher Nolan is not messing about. There are 6 different formats for you to see it, and you put them all on letterbox with a little timestamp. We've got IMAX 70mm, we've got IMAX, we've got Dolby Vision, we've got 70mm, 35mm, and premium large formats. Tonight, we are doing 70mm at Odeon Leicester Square, which is actually the biggest cinema in the UK, and that is going by number of seats and not by the screen. The biggest screen is, of course, the BFI IMAX of Waterloo, which is 70mm and IMAX. Tonight it is just 70mm, but we are also doing a challenge. We are going to be reviewing Odeon Leicester Square. We're going to be checking out the cinema screen, checking out its premium screens. We're going to be reviewing the price of the ticket, and it wasn't cheap. This ticket was not cheap. The film availability, the seating and the comfort, the audience etiquette, the staff friendliness, the food and drink on offer, and the hygiene, you know, the toilets, the aura of the cinema, and the overall ranking. Now, the last time I'd done this was Cineworld at Ilford, which was reviewed as the worst cinema in London. And now we are going to one of the biggest and one of the best, Odeon Leicester Square. And it's not very often I do go to Odeon, so I'm very excited for this one. So let's get a move on, as it appears that this is going to be the best and biggest film of the year. My friends at Letterboxd have currently given an average rating of 4.9. Wow. That was absolutely incredible. I've not seen a film like that, with the ocean seas, the cave scene, the horror, and with that Nolan touch as well. I think it's the same reaction as everyone else. They just want to see it again and pick up different things. But as for the cinema itself, we will review that in the morning. Right, it's the day after seeing the Odyssey, and let's review Odeon Leicester Square in 70mm for the Odyssey. Now, first off is the cinema screen. So 800 seats inside. I don't think there's a bad seat in the house, but you definitely have to be lower tier. If you're upper tier, you're not going to be as immersed. The screen and visually it's incredible, as well as the sound, and you will feel everything, but I definitely feel like you need to be lower tier. I'm going to give it 8.5. Next up is premium screens. Now, unfortunately, the 70mm is the only premium screening they do there. The other screens are quite small considering, so that's only going to get a 7. It's going to be a 7 mainly because they are able to show 70mm film. Next up is the price. Now, the price for my ticket last night was $27.99, which is steep. I'm not sure if it's going to count for the upper tiers or where you sit. I feel like there is some slight tweaks on the pricing, but my seat was $27.99. Lower tier, slightly to the right. I think there may even be a price that could be like $29.99 for something, for a seat more central. But yeah, for me, pricing wise, it's going to get a 5 out of 10. It is very, very steep, especially if you're going to go with a +1 or take your family. It's going to be a very, very expensive day out just to go to the cinema. Next up, film availability. Now, I have to say, film availability is very good. They had Supergirl, they had Jackass, they had the new Moana film, new Evil Dead film. I think they're still showing some shows of Michael. And of course, they're showing the new release of the Odyssey in multiple screens as well. Film availability is going to get an 8 out of 10. Next up is seating / comfort, and this gets a 10 out of 10. Now, you get the recliner seat. This is like a luxury recliner. This recliner seat had 2 buttons to adjust your seat. Compared to Cineworld recliners, you only get the one where your seat goes up and down. This one, you have your backrest that goes up and down and your seat rest that goes up and down. And the comfort was brilliant. Absolutely 10 out of 10. Can't fault it at all. Next up is audience etiquette. It's going to get a 7 out of 10. I think a lot of people were hyped and excited for the film, of course. So there were going to be people talking and stuff. But considering a room of 800 people, it wasn't that bad at all. And there was loads of cheers during the big moments towards the end of the film. No spoilers here, but yeah, it was actually a really good audience last night. So the audience etiquette is going to get a 7 out of 10. Next up is staff friendliness. It's going to get a 7 out of 10. Of course, it was a very busy evening and they handled everything well. Absolutely no complaints with the staff. Next up is the food and drink, which is actually going to be the lowest score, sadly. It gets a 4 out of 10. Now, I ordered a large combo, which was a sweet popcorn and a drink, which you choose your own drink, and there's many options. So the variety of options is brilliant. It's just like a Five Guys, all the options you can get. But the problem was with the popcorn. I ordered a large sweet popcorn and it came like that instantly, and I saw that the box was already made behind, and it's fine if it was fresh enough, but the popcorn was not fresh. I did crunch on one of the kernels and it really hurt my tooth. Like, really hurt. Yeah, food and drink, it gets a 4 out of 10 just purely because the popcorn was not fresh, and for a flagship luxury Odeon Leicester Square, you expect the popcorn to be fresh. But I do understand them preparing popcorn for the evening, but it doesn't take anything away from it being a 4 out of 10, sadly. Next up, I've got the hygiene. I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. Absolutely no complaints with the toilets. Didn't get any footage because of how busy it was, of course, but the toilets and the cinema itself was very, very clean. Opening night for the Odyssey, Odeon Leicester Square, 70mm, and everyone was absolutely buzzing. There was a real atmosphere outside of the cinema. There's a real atmosphere, and you could feel the sense of excitement in the foyer when you're buying your food and drinks, and then when you enter in the actual cinema screen, it felt like you was about to watch something special, and of course we did. Yeah, aura was absolutely incredible. A real 10 out of 10. If you do want to go to a luxury cinema and have that real luxury experience, I see no reason why you should not go to this cinema. Absolutely brilliant for cinema lovers. Finally, I'm going to give a bonus point for Wi-Fi. Now, the cinema actually has its own Wi-Fi. Now, of course, you don't want to be on your phone, but when you do want to check your phone before the film starts or whatever, you do have the luxury of having Wi-Fi. Now, not many cinemas have that these days inside the cinema screen. That brings me to my overall score, and I'm going to give Odeon Leicester Square Cinema an 8.5 out of 10. It was a very, very solid cinema experience. The positives, of course, being the cinema screen, absolutely huge, and you get the projection of 70mm. Very, very clean, a real atmosphere when you go to the cinema as well. The negatives being the price of the ticket and the food and drink with the stale popcorn. But saying all of that, that is only my experience. Someone else's experience will of course be completely different. But would I recommend you to check out Odeon Leicester Square? Absolutely. Definitely a cinema worth checking out. Do let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. And if you've got any questions regarding the cinema, I will be happy to answer them in the comment section as well. Thank you very much for watching, guys. If you did enjoy today's video, please consider dropping me a sub down below. And I'll be back very soon for a brand new video. See you later.